Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Leah and I put out new videos every Friday and sometimes on Monday if I feel like it, like today. If you would like to see more videos, please subscribe to my channel, like this video and comment below. If you subscribe this month, you'll also be entered to win a brand new Lululemon yoga mat. So today's video is going to be a quick yoga flow, 20 minutes for increased flexibility. Let's go ahead and get started. We're going to come to a kneeling position on our mats. And if you would prefer to be in a seated position, that is okay also. We'll just eventually meet in the kneeling position. Go ahead and rest your hands on the tops of your knees and gently close your eyes. We're just going to take a moment here to bring ourselves into the present moment, forgetting about whatever happened before, whatever we have to do after, and really just taking this 20 minutes for ourselves to nourish our mind, body, and our souls. Starting to take note of that breath, breathing in the nose and out through the nose. Gently blink your eyes open. And if you're not already, we're going to meet in the kneeling position. I am going to face the side so that y'all can see a little bit better. Our knees are together, we're in our kneeling position. Inhale to tuck those toes, and exhale, sitting your bottom back toward your heels. And if this is your first time doing this pose, it might feel a little intense. If it does, you can always come up a little bit. Use your hands to kind of support you. If this is where you're at in the beginning, it's totally okay. It's where I was when I started in this pose as well. Or if you need to, you can put your hands down at your side, or what I like to do now that I can sit back a little further is rest my hands on the tops of my thighs. Use that breath. Try to direct it towards any areas of discomfort. Stretching out those feet, the ankles. It's very commonly an area that is overlooked when working on flexibility, but very important to mobility. Inhale to come up. And we're going to come down for a counter stretch, bringing the tops of those feet down to the mat. And then exhale, coming to our seated position. And this is just giving us a nice counter stretch for that very intense foot and ankle stretch that we just did. I'm going to go ahead and face towards the front. You guys hold in the stretch. And sometimes when I'm in the stretch, I like to give my neck a little side to side, a little roll around. Inhale to come up. We're just going to very quickly give a little stretch to our wrists. So bring your hands under your shoulder. And we'll just come into a tabletop position. So those knees are under your hips. Those hands are under your shoulders. Your fingers are spread nice and wide. And we're just going to slowly come back and come forward. Inhaling up and exhaling back. We're going to meet back in that neutral position and just reverse your hands so that they are now towards you. And this will help us to really stretch out those wrists. So we're going to inhale and exhale, sitting back. And you don't really have to go too far before you feel that stretch in your wrist. Inhale to come up to neutral, and then exhaling, sitting our heels back. Inhale and exhale. And come back up to our neutral position. And we're just going to very quickly here move side to side, maybe circle our bodies around. Really just giving those wrists a good stretch. We're meeting back in our tabletop position, so those knees are under your hips, your hands are under your shoulders, those fingers are spread nice and wide. Inhale to look up and open through the chest. Exhale, round out through the back, pulling that tummy in. Inhale to flex through the spine, bringing the chest and the head up. Exhale, rounding out through the back. A few more times at your own pace. Again, something that's commonly overlooked is the flexibility of the spine. And we're going to meet back in a neutral position. Inhale to tuck the toes, push the hips back, exhaling into a downward facing dog. And if you want to take the time here, go ahead and pedal out those feet. And then try to find your stillness in the pose. If you need to have a slight bend in the knees, that is okay. Make sure those fingers are spread nice and wide, pushing down through the fingertips and relieving some of that tension off of your wrist. Inhale, slight bend at the knees. Step or jump the feet forward into a half lift. Exhale, fold. Hands come to the outside of the feet. Inhale to come all the way up. Arms come overhead. Exhale, hands come down to our sides. Inhale, the arms come back up. Exhale, fold. Hands come to the outside of the feet. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant the hands down. Step or jump back, bringing your weight slightly forward. Lower yourself 90 degrees. Inhale, lift to open the chest. Exhale, tuck the toes, push the hips back into downward facing dog. And we're not going to hold here. We're going to immediately move into a lunge position. So inhale that right foot up. Exhale, pull it in through your tummy, bringing that foot in between the hands. So now your right foot is in between your hands. You can go ahead and drop that back knee, moving both the hands on the inside of that right foot, squaring your hips down towards your mat into our runner's lunge. And if you feel like you need a little bit more of a stretch, you can start to bring your elbows down to your mat. I like to bring that outside elbow down and then use this right shoulder to push into that right leg. Really opening up through the hips. To breathe, breathing into any areas of discomfort. from here, we're gonna move into our pigeon pose. So bring that right hand out so that both of your feet are on the outside of that right foot. We're gonna bring the right foot to meet the left hand. That right knee comes to the right hand, and we straighten out that back leg into our pigeon pose. Make sure that your hips are squared down towards your mat. And you should feel a stretch in that right hip or that right hamstring. And if you feel like you need a little bit more of a stretch, you can always come down to your elbows or lie down completely for our sleeping swan pose. Try to relax your head and your neck. I'm trying not to muffle the mic too much for y'all. I know sometimes if I touch it, it'll get a little ruffly. If you're in the full pose, go ahead and push yourself up. And from here, we're gonna come back to that lunge position. Except now, we'll inhale those arms up, bring your palms to meet, and exhaling, bringing that left elbow to the outside of that right knee. If you would like a little bit of an extra challenge, on that back leg, you can tuck the toes and come up into a lunge. But if you're feeling like that's not for you today, that's totally cool. It's not for me either. I'm feeling just a little bit more of just a stretch day today. Inhale to come back up, and exhaling, bringing that right foot back. We're gonna meet in a tabletop position. And inhale to tuck those toes. Exhale, push the hips back into a downward facing dog. Again, we're not gonna hold here. Inhaling, bringing that left leg up. Exhale, pulling that knee in towards the tummy, and then bringing that left foot in between the hands. Go ahead and drop that back knee and move both hands to the inside of that left foot into our runner's lunge. Try to keep those hips squared down towards your mat. Inhale to straighten that front leg. We're now going to bring that left foot to that right hand, that left knee to that left hand, and straighten out that back leg. If that front leg can't stay entirely parallel to your mat and it just kind of moves naturally as you straighten out that back leg, that's totally fine. As long as your hips are squared down towards your mat and you're feeling that stretch through the left hip, maybe even a little bit through that left hamstring, then it does not matter. You're getting the, what am I trying to say? You're getting the desired results as long as you're feeling that stretch. We're less worried about form and more worried about function. So again, I invite you to come down onto your elbows if you need a little bit of an extra stretch, or you can even go into the full sleeping swan pose. If you're in the full pose, inhale to push yourself up. And we're going to meet back in that lunge position. Inhaling the arms up and exhaling to bring, exhaling to bring that right elbow to the outside of that left knee. And we're doing what we can here. It would seem today that I'm a little less flexible on this side than I was on the other side. That is totally okay. That is going to happen. As you can see, it even happens to yoga teachers. So we really want to respect our bodies, respect how we're feeling today in this moment. I know a lot of us can get very competitive, not just with other people, but with ourselves. Inhale to come up, and then exhaling, coming back into that tabletop position just for a moment as we meet together in a seated pose. Bring your legs out in front of you. Inhale to open up that chest, and exhale, folding forward, bringing your chest to your thighs and your chin to your shins. And feel free to grab the outside of your feet, your calves, or you can even grab your big toe with your peace fingers. But as I was saying before, we really want to respect during any kind of yoga flow where our bodies are at during that day, because one side might be more flexible than the other. We might be more flexible today than we were another day. We might be less flexible, and we really just need to try to practice that self-awareness and really be in tune with how our bodies are feeling today, maybe even how our minds are feeling today, and really just be patient with ourselves. It's good to push yourself sometimes, but it's also good sometimes to give yourself a little bit of grace. Inhale to come up. We're going to bring our legs into a straddle position. Inhaling again to create some of that space. Your toes can be flexed or pointed, yogi's choice. And then exhaling, slowly walking those hands outward. And try to rest your forearms down onto your mat. Relax through your head, neck, and your spine. Rounding out through the back a little bit, giving your posterior chain a little bit of a stretch. Inhale, slowly walk your hands back in towards you. Bring your legs towards the middle, and then we're going to come to a lying position on our backs. I'm actually going to face the side again to hopefully help y'all see a little bit better. Inhale, bring that right foot up and grab your right toe with your peace fingers. Your leg can be bent or it can be straightened, whatever is most comfortable for you. And then exhale, we're gonna bring that leg up and out, stretching out through those hips. Inhaling, coming back to center, and exhaling, releasing the foot. Inhale, now that left foot up. I like to rest the right hand or the left hand on that hip that is on the ground, because it'll help keep you grounded. And exhale, bringing that left foot now up and out to stretch through the hips. And remember that your leg can be bent or straight, whatever's most comfortable for you. Inhale to come back to the middle, and exhale, releasing on the left side. Slowly roll yourself up. Meeting again in our seated position. Bring the soles of your feet together. And start to bring your heels in closer to your bottom. You can use your hands to open your feet up like a book. It might help to give you that little bit of extra hip opening. And then use your elbows to gently guide your knees towards the floor. And again, remember, we're gently guiding our knees to the floor, respecting where our bodies are at today. And let's exhale, rounding out through the back, giving another stretch to that posterior chain of your body, creating a nice hip opening effect. And if you can, start to try to bring your head down towards your feet. If your head doesn't quite reach your feet, that is totally okay. Inhale to come up slowly. And we're going to meet in a seated position as we start to close out our practice. Whatever seated pose is most comfortable for you, I invite you to take a lotus pose or a half lotus pose, or even just a cross-legged position is fine. Bringing your hands to wrap around your back, grabbing the opposite elbow with the opposite hand, or grabbing whatever you can, and exhaling to fold our bodies forward into our Yoga Mudra pose. And this pose helps us to lock in any energy that we have cultivated for ourselves today during this short practice. It just helps to seal in any benefits from today's practice. Inhale to slowly come up. And while we are officially done with the flow, I invite you to stay if you have the time. As we move into our Shavasana, I'm going to do a little guided relaxation, and then we will officially close out our practice for today. But I know I promised y'all that it would only be 20 minutes. So if you're low on time, that's okay. But when you have the time, I highly suggest that you do a little guided relaxation. So if you're going to join me, go ahead and face towards the back of your mat. And we keep our feet towards the back of our mat and our head towards the front of our mat to keep that energy flowing in the right direction. Slowly lower your body down. Let your arms and your legs fall open. And gently close your eyes. Start to relax through your forehead, through the rest of your face and your jaw. releasing any tension that might still remain. Relax through your head, your neck, and your shoulders. Relax down through the arms, letting any of that remaining tension flow out through your fingertips. Relax now through the back, the lower back, the hips, allowing them to sink down into your mat. And letting any tension or stress just melt away. Relaxing now down through the legs, the calves, all the way down through the feet and the toes. Taking a moment to pause and really appreciate this relaxing energy that we've cultivated for ourselves from our head all the way down to our toes. Take this time to relax. I will tell you when it's time to get up and when we are finished. When you are ready, start to bring your awareness back to the space that you are in. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Maybe stretch your arms overhead. Stretch out down through the toes. Bringing your heels in towards your bottom, resting them gently on the floor. We're going to roll over onto our right side. Maybe using that right arm as a pillow. Soaking up a little bit of extra relaxing yin energy to carry out through the rest of our day. And when you are ready, use that left hand to push yourself up. We're going to come to a seated position with our eyes still closed at the top of our mats. With your eyes still closed, gently rest your hands on the tops of your knees. Bring your hands to your heart center. Just take a minute here to thank yourself for setting aside this time to nourish your mind, your body, and your soul. And thank you so much for letting me lead you in this short practice today. Namaste. Thank you so much for letting me lead you in this practice today. I really hope that it helps you with your flexibility. If you'd really like to see more videos like this, please give this video a like, comment below with any feedback. Maybe if you'd like a longer flow for flexibility. I have had some requests from y'all for a yoga flow for back pain. No, I'm not a doctor, but there are some stretches that can help with the muscles that might cause a little bit of just regular back pain, nothing chronic. I'll get further into that in future videos, but anything that y'all would like to see, I am highly open to suggestions, so please just leave me a comment below on what you would like to see. And I am going to try to put out more yoga class videos or fitness videos on Mondays. I think my Friday videos are going to be more geared towards sit downs or experiments, and then I'm going to try to keep the yoga or the fitness or workouts for videos on Mondays. So Mondays videos will be occasional based off of the time that I have to make the videos for y'all, and then I will upload videos every Friday, so please stay tuned, and I hope to see y'all on Friday when I post my next video. Okay, bye!